Hey guys, welcome back to the Bro Show. We are breaking down a sports event that happened this week. I hope you guys enjoy it, and let's get on with it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Bro Show. Today, I'm here with my co-host Carson, and I'm Joey. And let's not wait to get into it. Let's break down the ALCS versus the the ALCS and the NLCS. We've just wrapped up, and what now? What is it? The World Series now?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, are you excited for this?
I honestly am. My team is the Texas Rangers, so I'm very happy that they're made it set to there. It's
Yeah,
been
I'm with you on that.
2011.
I'm with you on that.
Since
I know.
2011 was their last World Series, so I am very excited.
I know, me too. I'm with you on that Rangers thing. They deserved that win
They
over Houston.
they really did for their last game there. They really deserved that.
They did. And if you guys don't know who was in the ALCS and the NLCS, I'll give you a hit. Tell you here right now, the Houston Astros and the Texas Rangers played the ALCS, and then over on the NLCS side, you had the Philadelphia Phillies and the Arizona Diamondbacks. And I was rooting for the Diamondbacks in that series. So I don't know about you.
Yeah, honestly, not a big fan of the Philly teams. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
All right. Let's break down the
let's-
let's break down the ALCS. What are your thoughts on the overall scheme of the how the game all game sevens went? It went to game seven. Wow,
game
that's a first
seven.
for a while.
That was nice. The on game seven, the score was Rangers 11, Astros 4, which making the
And
Rangers go to win it all, and it was an amazing game, honestly. Just
yeah.
amazing game. Uh, Absolutely blew them out of the water.
Oh, totally in that last game. And if you guys didn't know that when the Rangers played in Houston, they played better in Houston than they did their home stadium, and vice versa with Houston.
Which is very
So
surprising.
yeah, it is very surprising. So let's break down game one here. We're in Houston, right? So we're at Minute Maid Park here in Houston. What is your mind going into the game as a manager for both teams?
Honestly, just win. Honestly, I don't know how another way to put it. Honestly, it's just try your best.
Okay.
You know what
Okay.
I'm trying to.
Yeah. That's a good mentality here. And the way I don't know how many of you guys have played baseball. You played baseball, right?
Yeah, I have. Yes, love baseball. Love the
Yeah, I was
sport.
gonna say, so have I. So have I. And the mentality with baseball is you want to be focused. I get this is a game that takes about 3 hours. Well, not now. Now you know what the rule is
Yeah,
with the MLB
the
right
new
now.
rule. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of it, but it does cut down the time. Um,
It does.
Baseball is a very long game, but it is a worth it game to just sit there and watch. It's fun to watch. It's fun to be there. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. So ended up, and when we were looking game one, we can see the score 2-0. Well, that was a game worth playing in, wasn't it?
Yes, that was an amazing game.
I mean,
Yeah. Let's kind of go into the little bit of the stats of that game. Rangers had 6 hits, Astros had 5 hits. Home runs, Texas had 1. Astros had 0. Uh, Total bases.
we can tell from the score.
Yeah, Rangers with 10. Total bases for Astros was 5. So yeah. Um,
That's
Rangers did
crazy.
kind of blow them out of the water there just a little bit. But let's go into the pitching stats there for a second.
That's some crazy. That's some
Yeah,
crazy stats here for pitching stats. I mean, Houston has
yeah, pitching
eight
stats.
had
Yeah,
8 strikeouts versus Texas is 7. I mean, clearly, 82 to 78 strikes. That's crazy how you can have that with only
yeah,
6 hits allowed by Houston and 5 allowed by uh, the Rangers
mhm.
with 2 walks apiece. That's
Yeah,
just some pitching that deserves it.
Yeah,
Now,
Astros
I
did
don't
have.
want to get too much into
Mhm.
stats here.
Yeah.
This game, we gotta fly through it. There was 7 games. So you
Mhm.
kind of
Hundred.
have to
Yes.
just
Yeah.
boil down and go through it. Now let's move on to game 2 of the series. We're still in Houston. You if you're a Ranger, if you're the Rangers, your mentality, you're up 1-0 in the series. What are you gonna go do when you're out there?
Honestly, just play your hardest. Try to get those two. Like, try to get another game up there. Honestly, at first I thought the Rangers were going to get a little bit nervous with the game and maybe lose it, but
Mm-hmm.
no, they really did push through with. Well, let's get into the stats here of the game. They had Rangers had 8 hits, Houston with 6 home runs. Texas had 1, Astros had 3, which is very surprising for the Rangers winning the game by 1 point. But total
Mm-hmm.
bases, Rangers had 13, Astros was 16. So it is a very kind of weird to me that uh, Rangers did win. I'm very happy that they won, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, stat wise,
Okay,
it's yeah.
so you're the Astros going into this game, and then we'll get the pitching stats here in a second. But you're the Astros going into this game. You're down a game. You lost your first game at home. What's your mentality going into the second game?
For them, honestly, if I was the Houston Astros, I would be just ready to just plummet them. But it was a very close game there. Um, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I would just try to play my hardest. What about you? What would you feel like going into that?
So going into that game, I'm down. I'm down a game. Okay, I need to focus on what I'm doing. If I'm an infield player or a catcher, I'm just gonna say, if I'm an infield player, I need to be watching that batter. I need to be watching that batter. Whereas if he's gonna hit it my way, should I be ready? I'm ready for. I'm gonna be
Mm-hmm,
ready for
mm-hmm.
it. I'm ready to pounce on that, get that ball in my
Yeah,
glove, and get it to where I need it to give. And if I'm an outfielder, I want to be ready. I have a wide open space here in the outfield. I can run as far as I
yeah,
can.
100%.
If
Well,
I'm a batter
let's
on the Houston side,
yeah,
I got to be ready for any pitch that comes my way. Now, pitcher, looking at a pitcher from a pitcher standpoint, I want to be ready. I want to have a groove. If I
yeah,
don't
and they
follow the groove,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
game's over. Now, I don't know if you know this, but I feel like I should bring this up before we get more into the games and stuff. They introduced this season called pitching comms. Do you know
Yeah.
that?
I did see that, and
So if you
I
look,
really do like that. That is a lot better way than what they traditionally used to do. So yeah, I really do like
so if
that.
yeah, so if some of you guys don't know, a pitching comm is instead of throwing the signs where the pitchers throw the signs down in the um, middle area of him,
Mm-hmm.
that's thank you to Houston for starting this all up. Sign stealing. That's in attention was going to be sign stealing. So now they have pitch comms. So the pitcher wears something or has something in his hat that he can listen to, and the catcher calls the plays from his knee pad essentially. So he'll
Yeah.
just tap something, and the pitcher will still shake his head yes or no if he wants it or not.
Mm-hmm.
So it's essentially good. So let's get here into pitching stats real quick.
Yeah.
Strikeouts, 12-10, which is not bad. Strikes are 93 to 86. So we're pulling more strikes here in the games as we
Yeah.
go.
100%. Which it is
Hits
crazy.
allowed
Yeah.
hits allowed is pretty stable, but only 3 again. Now we're staying the same. 3 walks per team, which is crazy to me. That's
Yeah.
that's
Which
crazy.
again
But I think
which again
go ahead.
for pitching stats here. Houston they did have a little bit better of pitching stats, but again still lost the game, and that is it's
At
interesting to me.
home.
It is, yeah, at home as well. It is interesting to me to see that just because you're playing a better team with better stats does not mean that you're gonna lose. Like that the
Well,
Rangers, they push through. They really did try their best, and they came out on top.
and you got to look at the way they turned out at the end of the season. Now, let's look at their records at the end of the season. Both have had won 90 games. Both
Yeah.
had lost 72 games. So it's an equal and fair amount of game here. So they just had to put their all in it. I want to go to game 3. Game 3 was
Yeah,
very
let
interesting.
me take over
We're
game 3
in.
here. Yeah. I did actually
Yeah,
watch this game. This was one of my not really happy games to watch. I will say that. The Astros did win. The score was 8-5. Astros 8, Rangers 5. Um
but
let's
where are
just
we at
dive right
now?
in.
Where
This
we
is
moved the
game
series.
3.
Hold on, we moved the
Yeah.
series.
Oh,
Where are we moving to?
we're in Dallas around, or sorry, not Dallas, but oh my god, where is their field located? I can't
We're in
even.
Arlington. We're in
Arlington, yes.
Arlington.
My
We're
apologies. Yes.
just under 100 miles from each stadium, which
Yeah.
to me, I think this is the first in history that we've ever seen something like this. So
I'm
this
pretty
is a
sure yes.
once in a lifetime opportunity.
Mhm. But let's dive straight
Once in a
into
lifetime opportunity.
the hitting stats here. Houston hits 12, Texas or Rangers 6, home runs Astros with 1, Texas with 2. Total bases 17 for Astros, 13 for Rangers. And yeah, those are pretty good stats. And I want to say something really fast about almost all of the games they had over capacity for game 3 here. The stadium in Arlington can hold 40,000 people. They had 42,368 people, which is over capacity,
That's
which is
crazy.
very crazy. Makes sense for a World Series, but yeah, are building up for a World Series, which is just crazy to me. Over that, like 2,000 more people. That must have been really crazy to be there.
It's totally crazy. I mean, you can't hold any against them for that. I mean, look at it. Their stadium was just built. Globe Life Field was just built. What,
Yeah,
2019?
not too
Not
long
too
ago. It,
long.
it is 4 years now, but some stadiums
There you go.
that is not that long ago. So
No, but it doesn't seem
yeah,
like
it is a nice
it's
stadium. I
been
have
built
heard.
for
Yeah.
what?
Hmm.
Yeah, so have I. So have I.
Yeah.
I've heard it's a nice stadium. But you can't complain. It's a rival game, and you're in your home state. What can you do? You can't do much with that. That's why
Hmm.
capacity was
Hmm.
over. I
Yeah.
got a question about these pitching stats for you.
Yeah.
Uh, Houston and the Rangers. This is a tight knit game here in game 3 with 5 strikeouts allowed, 87 to 82 strikes. 12 hits by the Ranger, or 12 hits allowed by the Rangers with only 6 from Houston. Walks. We changed our
Yeah.
status for walks
Which
here. Tell me about that.
yeah. So yeah, they did change this by just 1, so it's not that much, but I will say the pitching stats are a little bit better than the hitting stats. So Houston had better hitting stats, Texas better pitching stats. So yeah, it is a little weird. 8-5 though, so it kind of I would say it was a close game. Um, yeah, the just yeah.
It was a close game. All right, let's
Mm-hmm.
move on to game 4 here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're still in Arlington. Um, series is now tied 2-2. All right, I'm sorry, not tied to. Will be tied 2-2 at the end of this
Yes.
game. Can I have the
With
score
yes,
now, please?
Houston was
Sorry.
10. Houston had 10 points. Texas Rangers with only 3 points, which was really rough to watch. I will say that, and that was at the Rangers home field, which a
Yeah.
Rangers home field has not been their happy place. I will say that.
Yeah, it's not been, especially
No.
in this postseason or with this series. So yeah. They just gotta buckle down at this point in the series. So just are you looking at these hitting stats like I am?
I am,
Explain to me
yes.
the hitting stats, please, because this is interesting.
Yeah, so Houston with 11 hits, Rangers with 8 home runs, 2 on both sides. Total bases 21 by Houston, only 15 by the Rangers. So, uh, yeah, the stats are close for home runs, but hits and bases, they Houston did overtake the Rangers by I would say a little bit, decent amount there.
Yeah. It was a good game. I saw one of the games before game 7. I watched game 7, but I think it
Hmm.
was game 3 I watched. But yeah, overall, I mean, let's look at these pitching stats here for a second. Let's look. You can see clearly, right, clear as day here in these pitching stats. Texas controlled game 4
And
in
yes,
pitching.
and that's what we've
They controlled
seen.
that.
Yes, that's what we've seen for these games that Texas has lost. Their pitching stats have been better than Houston, but the hitting stats not so much. So,
So the offense needs to
yes, very
pump it
very
up a little
much.
bit here,
Yeah, and
and the defense
and
is just
throughout
stay.
throughout the games they did tighten that up a little bit, and that is what helped them make it. Beat
Yeah.
Houston. But yeah, no, let's look at these really fast. Six
8 strikeouts to 6
six strikeouts.
strikeouts.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Um.
104 strikes
Yeah,
coming from
that
the
is
Rangers side of the pitching
mhm.
stats to 91. That's crazy.
Allowed
11
hits.
hits allowed,
Yes, and then on
but
Houston
only
8.
7
But
walk.
yeah,
Yeah.
7
So
walked
Houston
is
Houston controlled a little bit
a
on
little
their side,
bit.
but the Rangers pounded that first
Mhm.
2 slides there for a second. And coming up in a tie score series. So
Yeah,
what
and let's
Okay, so let's stop
yeah.
here for a second. Let's stop here for a second. You're in a tie score series. What what's what's your mentality as a manager for both teams?
Well, honestly, if I was the manager, I would hype these guys up because I think sports in general it is a very mental it is a very high mental game, so you have to have a good mental status. So I would get these guys just ready to go, and also practice a bunch. That is all you need, is have a good mindset and be practicing all the time. So that's what
Hmm.
I would be focusing on that most, honestly. What about you? What
Okay.
about you for that?
You're going in the game 5. You're tied. If I'm a manager, I'm gonna say, look, pitching, you've gotta control the defense here.
Yeah, and
That
that's
catcher can only
actually
do so much.
yes.
You control that defense.
And
Offense,
yes.
bats need to come
Mhm.
alive.
Yeah.
Don't just say and check swing it. Power through it. If you think that ball's coming in, just swing. Don't even take control here. I think we need to get into Game 7 here. Um,
Well,
we're
honestly, I
we're
want
in
to
Arlington again.
yeah, I want to bring up something just really fast. The stats of the game though. We need to go through
Of
that
Game
real
5.
fast. Of yes, game 5. Yeah, we didn't go through the
I
stats
can
there.
can you hand me that score here for a second? I want to
Yeah,
I want
the
to hear
score
that
was
score.
5-4. Very close game. The stats, hitting stats, the exact
Explain
same on
themselves.
each side.
Yeah,
8 hits,
it's 8
2
apiece.
runs, 15 total bases. So that is very crazy to me. In pitching stats,
Completely
the
different.
Rangers
Completely
did
opposite.
well, not too much.
They dominated the
They had
first
one.
the
Yeah, they
strikes and strikeouts.
strikeouts. Yes, by 7. Only Houston did have 6, so it's not by that much. Strikes, though, on the other hand, that's about 11 more for the Rangers with 92. Houston with 81. Allowed hits 8 on both teams. Texas
Walks.
had 4 walks. Houston had 3. So, the stats for hitting the exact same. That is insane for this close of a game. But pitching stats,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, Rangers kind of took over there. But we
All right,
did see,
let's get
I
into
want
game
to,
6.
I want to bring up
We,
something
we
really
can't we
really
can't spend
fast.
too much time on
Yeah,
these
no, but
stats.
this,
We
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
get
yeah.
through this.
Let's hop on to game 6.
We
But
still have the NLCS to cover and
true,
bunch more to cover
true.
in this episode. Let's get to game 6.
Yeah,
So Sunday, not yeah, Sunday, game 6. Yeah, we're back in. Where are we back now? Are we in Arlington, or we go back to Houston?
we are in Houston. We are in
So we're
Houston for
down
the
at
rest of the games. I want to bring up something really
sweet.
fast that I was talking about pitching though. Is throughout the whole games they were switching pitchers a lot, and I will
Yeah,
say that they
especially
were
in those
switching,
last 2 games.
especially in those last 2 games. And I did want to bring that up really fast, and which is I don't know if that hurt the teams or if that helped them a lot. I think that helped them personally. What was your take on the switching pitchers a lot?
Well, it just again it's mindset. If your mindset is not correct, especially with a pitcher, you are, again, I said it, controlling the defense. Um, you
Yeah, yeah.
you helped me. Once you get that game ball, almost the whole inning, not the whole inning, but the whole half of your inning is in your hands.
Yeah.
Is
All
in
right.
that
Yeah.
hands of a
Let's
pitcher.
hop right into those
Let's
hitting
dive in.
stats. Yeah. So the score was 9-2. Rangers with 9. Astros with 2. The hitting stats, they had the Rangers with 10 hits. Houston with only 6. But home runs. This is where it came in a little crazy here. 3 home runs, 0 home runs for the
That's
Astros.
crazy.
Total bases.
Crazy.
This is what very shocked me for a second. Total bases 20 total bases for Rangers, only 6 for the Astros, which that must have hurt them, the Astros, really bad right there. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it does.
let's just go straight forward into the pitching stats here.
Yeah, let's not spend too much time on these stats
Yeah,
though, because we
I
still have another
cannot
game,
wait to get
another series to get to.
to game 7. Honestly, that was one of my favorite games. The whole
That was.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's look at these pitching stats. Strikeouts, a little lopsided here. We got 10 from Houston, 6 for the Rangers. No, it's to be expected. You're late in the series. Oh, strikes. Holy cow. 103 by Houston,
Yeah, which
73 by
Houston
the
did
Rangers.
dominate pitching stats this game, and I think that's what held the Rangers back from gaining more points. But it's just wasn't it their hitting team was just not doing enough to help the Astros here. If they maybe got a little bit more hits in, I think it could have been an even closer game. I don't think Astros could have won, but they could have hopped up the score. But the pitchers on the Astros were just doing phenomenal that game.
Yeah, overall was a good game. Now we're going to game 7.
Yeah,
You're in
let's
game
dive
7.
right in. I'm gonna let's.
You're
I would
in.
like to spend a little bit more time on Game 7 because this was an action-packed game. The score was a 11-4. Rangers with 11, obviously winning the series, and Astros with 4. So yeah, we were at we were in Houston. The capacity was at 100% with 1,000 more people. But yeah, let's dive right into these stats here.
I can't spend too much time on this. We got to get to that other series. It's a great series going on in the ALCS. But the Rangers held their own. Let me look at one inning. There was one inning. Let's look at. I want to talk about the 4th inning real quick. You watched the 4th inning, right?
Oh yes, watch the whole game. I did, yeah.
4th inning was interesting. The Rangers went through their entire lineup in one cycle of an inning.
That is crazy.
Entire lineup.
Oh,
it's something I probably have never seen before. So you're going in from that's just crazy. I have to say that was a crazy inning. I will say. Tell me about the hitting stats here between these two teams.
Yeah, hitting stats here. It seemed like the Rangers were dominating in hitting stats. 15 hits. Astros with 12 home runs. We had Rangers with 4, Astros with 2. Total bases they were kind of close, I will say. Rangers with 29 total bases, Astros with 22. So, yeah, they were kind of close, kind of not. The Rangers did take over in the hitting stats, but if we hop over to pitching stats over here, they were about 50-50. Strikeouts, Houston did have 8. Texas with only 4 strikeouts. But strikes for the Rangers, 101 with Houston with only 99 strikes. But allowed hits, 12. The Rangers let 12. Houston let 15. So, yeah. But with walks here, it says Houston with 4 walks, Rangers with only 3. So, I will say the pitching stats were around 50-50. Maybe Astros, we could say they were dominating the pitching stats. But yeah, what was your thought on the stats in general?
The stats in general were good. Overall, between all 7 games, they could have been better. At certain things, they could have been better.
Yes,
other times, they could have been a little bad. But other than that, Great series.
Amazing
Congrats
series.
again to the Rangers.
Yeah,
Just
congrats to the
congrats to the
Rangers.
Rangers on a great season so
Um,
far.
yes,
Houston, great season. Breaking news just came into our studio here. There are reports coming out of Houston that Dusty Baker retiring. What's your
yes.
thoughts on that?
That my thoughts on that are they're all over the place because honestly I will not have a good standpoint on it until I know he's actually retiring. But if he is, honestly I don't even know. I don't know. Can't really wrap my head around it, until he actually does. So what were your thoughts on that?
He had a great year or a few years with the Astros.
He did,
He's won
yes.
what? Two World Series with them.
Yes, and
He had a
I
great came in. It says here Baker was hired by Crane in the winter of 2020 after the sign stealing scandal erupted and led to the firings of manager AJ Hinch and their general manager. Now, if some of you guys don't know, I'm a Texas, not a Texas Ranger. I'm also a Texas Ranger fan, but a Detroit Tigers fan here. And after AJ Hinch's suspension, um, he got a call as soon as that World Series ended in 21, and general manager for the Tigers said, "Come interview. I want you to be our next manager," and he accepted it. And he's done a great job over the past 2 years with this team. But anyways,
yes,
back to
yes.
Dusty Baker.
Mhm.
He's what? It says 74, and he's
Mhm.
still managing. That's crazy. I mean, if you want to
Yeah.
continue, be my guest. But if it's time for you to just retire and relax,
Mhm.
be my guest. It's
Yeah.
all up to
And
you.
also
I had to bring
mhm.
that up.
Yeah, also I want to bring up the MVP. Do you know who the MVP was for the Rangers here?
Oh, I
I do
think I
not want to
do.
mispronounce his name.
Was it
I was
Garcia?
It was yes,
I
yes,
figured
yes.
it was
That's
Garcia.
it was
Yeah, yeah.
Garcia. It was Garcia. My apologies. Yes, it was Garcia. Yeah. Um
Hmm.
insane.
He had a great performance.
He played amazing there. Um
Amazing game.
and I just want to bring up that the Rangers have not went to the World Series since 2011, and that is just a crazy that they have finally made it. They've worked so hard to get to this point, and they honestly they deserve it. They deserve all the fame here, just making it there. Honestly,
Yeah, and I would have. When I'm gonna wrap this, we'll wrap this series up and get on to our next series here in a second after I make this one point. But I would have liked to have seen this pitching matchup between Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer, who played together here in Detroit for a few years until Scherzer left and went to a different team. And then they got reunited again with the New York Mets this past off season. And then both were
mm-hmm.
traded to Texas teams in the trades after the All-Star game. So that
Yeah,
would have been a pitching matchup I would have liked to see. But again, injuries come and go, and so we need to throw that out. All right, let's get on to this NLCS game between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Arizona Diamondbacks, I don't think have been to a NLCS in a hot while. Let's talk about their series.
yeah.
So we're in Philadelphia for game one. Um,
Mm-hmm.
that the score tells all. Let's just quickly go through this. We don't have much time, but we got to get through this because
Yeah, we do.
we got some more stuff that we have to get into it.
This is a very long series, but it all leads up to one game
7
that does
games.
determine who is the best of the team, or best of the team. And yeah, and honestly, I can't wait. This Friday.
Let's for this one, let's
Yeah.
not get too in depth in here with the stats and all that other stuff. Let's just talk about scores and our thoughts about the scores. So yeah, give me the scores and of game one.
So game one was 3-5, Philly with 5, Diamondbacks with 3. And I will say Philly they deserved that win there. As I
Mhm.
said before, I was rooting for the Diamondbacks here. So it was kind of interesting seeing them win. But yeah.
Yeah. That was
What was your thought on the score?
uh Phillies dominated. Phillies just dominated in that game. There was nothing to say anything about that. They dominated. They say they came out saying, okay, we made the World
Yeah.
Series last year. We're going back this year. There's no point in that. And Arizona just couldn't fight for their spot. Yeah, it's just all the way. And Philly was dominant at home. Philly was just dominant at home at that point. They were hungry and they were ready.
Yeah.
Let's get to game 2 here. Game 2, we're in Philadelphia still.
Oh, and
The
I
city
would
of
like to bring up
brotherly
something
love.
right before we hit to game 2.
Oh, yeah.
That Philly did hit a home run 420 feet to right field. So yeah, that was an insane.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know
crazy.
if you watched the clip at all. That was a just amazing home run there. But yeah,
Oh,
let's hop right into
yeah.
game 2. What was the score there?
All right, Phillies up. Game in the series. They just dominated in this game. They won 10 to
They did.
nothing.
10-0.
They
A
pulled out
blowout game
themselves.
there.
Yes, that's what they needed.
I honestly I did stop watching at the 6th inning. Honestly, yeah. Well, what was your
Yeah,
thought
there was.
on the score there?
You couldn't. You can't. There's
Yeah,
just,
there's
there's
really
no
nothing
story
you
here,
can.
dude.
Yeah,
There is no story here.
Yeah, let's just hop on into game 3 because honestly, the Philly just played amazing that game.
All right, so we've moved on. We are going to almost the West Coast here, going from the East Coast to the West Coast. We're in Arizona. High heat, high humidity. Everything's hot in there.
Yeah.
You're down 2 to nothing in a series. You're down.
Down to nothing. And what was
game score? I need the game score.
Yeah, what do you think? Oh, the game score was Philly 1 at Diamondbacks 2. What do you think was going through the Diamondbacks' heads? And honestly, Philly's heads too. What do you think were going through their heads at that moment, saying, "Oh yeah, either we're gonna make it 3-0 or 2-0, or sorry, 2-1." What is your thought on like what was going through their heads then?
Well, Philly's heads was we're ahead in the series. Let's keep going. Keep at the pace we're going. We're moved on to a different city. Just keep like we were, like pretend like we're at home. Arizona's was we're at home. We got a home crowd behind us. Let's kick it into high gear and just go after it. There was no other way. Arizona came out on top though with what was the score?
1-2. So a very very close game. Honestly,
Very close
very
game.
long game without getting a single point. They didn't get each team did get a run in on the 7th inning, but that was about it until the 9th inning with Diamondback getting 1 point to win the whole game.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. All right, let's move on to game
game 5
game
game
4.
4 here. Yeah. The
4.
score- yeah, that's what I said.
Series
Game
is
4.
you're ahead by 1 game in the series.
1 game in the series.
You're
Yeah.
still gonna fight like you are.
Yeah, by the
So,
way, the score is Philly with 5, Diamondbacks with 6. So the series is now tied 2-2. Yeah.
That's insane right here. That's like the ALCS game. You're tied 2-2. What's your next move?
Yeah.
That was Diamondback's next move. Let's get this game tied now. Now we have to push it into high gear and let's get this game. Let's get going.
Yeah. Well,
So
yeah.
we can win.
Great game there, honestly.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to game 5 here. We're almost done with the series here in the NLCS.
And
Fighting.
Yes. Philly did have 6 points with Diamondback only having 1 point, which was a very
So
very sad
Philly
game
ultimately won in Arizona, which is different from the ALCS series that we looked at. I mean, there was nothing really to talk about in this game. It's a back and forth game here between these two teams, and I think that ultimately Arizona just had to fight.
Yeah, and
there was no way.
I want to bring up really fast that both the Houston, the Astros and the Rangers, and the Philly and Arizona, they all went to 7 games, and that is very very good for both teams, I would say. So they did have a really fair chance there. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to game 6 here.
Yeah, and I do kind of feel bad that we're
Move
going
on to
through
game
this
6.
really fast, but it is a very long series, so we do got to be.
Yeah.
We got to get through all of this stuff.
Yeah,
But yeah.
We got to move it through here. All right, let's get game 6 here. We're back in Philly. Back in Philly. City of Brotherly Love.
Yeah, it seems like Arizona's doing a little bit better at Philly's stadium.
5-1. they're
Yeah.
pushing it into higher gear here,
Good game there. Yeah.
which is good. Which is good.
hmm
Thoughts on that win by
Thoughts on
Arizona
game?
here?
Yeah, it was a good win by Arizona there. I would like to bring up when they got the points there. They got 3 points in the second inning, with Philly only getting one, and then they got the extra two in the fifth and the seventh inning. So yeah, it was a very long game without getting any scores in there. But yeah, overall great game. Overall great game. Yeah.
Yeah, great game. I think that it
And
ultimately
this
takes
was a very scary game for the Diamondbacks here, because they didn't win. Philly
yes.
was done. You know, they were done. So
Yeah, they were done. They were done.
being
They were
able
gonna
to
go
go,
home
yeah,
and
being able to go to Game
yeah,
7, it was very good for
for both
them.
teams.
Yeah, very good for both
Not for
teams.
both
Yeah,
teams, both series.
both series. Yes. But yeah,
All
let's
right, all
let's
right.
head
Let's
over
move on.
to the last game here
Yeah,
with
Game 7. All right.
Arizona
So I watched a
winning.
little bit of Game 7. Yeah, go.
I
No,
did,
I
yeah.
watched a little bit of Game 7 here in the seventh inning. It's all I caught. By the seventh inning, I mean, score plains itself. Tell me what the final score was, and I'll tell you
Yeah,
about seventh inning.
with Arizona Diamondbacks winning the series 4-2 um at Philly Stadium, which again, both teams that did win the series winning at the opponent's stadium,
Mhm.
which must feel great, must feel really good. But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so I saw the seventh inning. And the pitcher that was out there was he wasn't having a good game. I
Uh-huh.
mean, he
Yeah,
couldn't do
and
anything.
also this was the first time in 22 years that these teams have played in the World Series, like played in the World Series here. So
That's crazy.
it is very
Yeah,
crazy.
congrats to the Arizona Diamondbacks making it to the
Yeah,
World Series. Two teams
also
that I
good.
didn't think would make it to the World Series.
Yes.
Those two teams, the Rangers and the Diamondbacks, kept the Phillies and the Astros out from not coming back and doing a repeat of last year,
hmm
which was great. I'm loving it. Uh, there's nothing else to say about Game 7, but a
No,
close
but
one.
just
Close
congrats
one.
to both. Congrats to congrats to Arizona. Congrats to the Rangers there. They played amazing. They really both did deserve these wins. So I cannot wait to see this Friday, though, which is the 27th, right? Is when the game is.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
just
10/27,
dive into it.
2023.
Let's not take too
So
much
yeah,
time. We
no,
have to wrap it up
we
here.
do.
Let's where are we starting this World Series game 1?
Rangers are hosting, if
Between
I
the
am not
Qs
mistaken. So.
between the Rangers and the the Rangers and the
hmm
Diamondbacks. Yes, we're going to Arlington, Texas. Not us
Yes.
personally, but the game is going to Arlington, Texas at Globe Life Field. Game time is at 8:03 p.m. on Fox. So I'm interested to see how this goes.
Yes.
Let's see. We'll start the first two games in Arlington. Then we'll move the next two games into Arizona. And
hmm
if the series is tied after 4 games, we'll do game 5 in Arizona, and then the last two games in Arlington, Texas.
Yeah, and I
The
will
pitching
say,
matchup.
those
Go ahead.
two games are going to be just amazing to watch. Honestly, they both teams deserve the win, so it is going to be crazy to see who will who will push out and just win this there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
hmm
I'll agree on that one. Let's look at our pitching matchup here. I saw the Rangers one. Where I'm seeing this says undecided, but I think I saw somewhere else that said the pitcher, and I can't remember his name. But for Arizona, we got Zach Gallen. He's got 2-2 right now. He's going great. 22.1 innings is amazing for him. I can't remember who the Rangers was, but it's someone. Again,
Yeah,
it doesn't
but
tell me.
yeah,
The matchup predictor. Go ahead. Go ahead.
matchup.
Matchup
Honestly,
predictor.
it's
We got 66% for the Rangers to win this
uh-huh.
first game. 34% for Arizona to win the first game. Um, let's conclude the series and this episode.
Yes.
But I have breaking news after we finished with the World Series because it just came into the studio. Um, so what are your how many games let's just do this. How many games do you think we're gonna go to, and who's the World Series winner here?
World Series winner here. I think honestly I can't really determine it correctly, because I think there is a little bias here. I would love the Rangers to win because I do not remember the last time that they did win a World Series. But yeah, it would be amazing if the Rangers could win. But I think it's going to be a very tough matchup because both teams they were losing and then they came back. So it's going to be a little interesting to see how the two teams play against each other. But yeah.
How many games are we gonna go to, and who's gonna win?
Honestly, I think we're
In your
going
prediction.
to the max amount of games, which yeah, um,
Yeah.
yeah. I think the and like the last game, right? The score, I think it's gonna be honestly probably like 4-6. Rangers with 6, Astros 4.
Yep.
Or not
Yep.
Astros, sorry, my apologies, Diamondbacks. But yeah,
Oh,
what about
Diamondbacks.
you?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
about you?
I'm going with Game 7. Going all the way Game 7. Um, I think the Rangers are gonna win the series.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona could surprise us and win, but we don't know ultimately. But I'm ready. Are you excited?
I am very excited, but I wanna put something in here really fast. That the Rangers do have a tad bit better stats, but we have seen that stats do not matter. But I do want to bring that up. So there's a little bit more chance that Rangers might win, but we will not see until Friday, which is the first game, the 27th.
Yeah. Oh, and here it
So
is. I found it. Nathan
yeah,
Evedali,
yeah, yeah.
Nathan E of the Rangers will start pitch against Zach Galen of Arizona on Game 1. They get the nod.
Wow.
Breaking news! It just came into the studio before. This is the last thing, and we're gonna wrap up with this thing. Um, Bob Melvin of the Padres is now the manager of the San Francisco Giants. Um,
Wow.
this is coming out since Arizona's fire or not Arizona, San Francisco fired their head coach. Um,
Which is very
this,
crazy, yeah.
yeah. Gabe, I don't remember his name, but they fired him, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be crazy, but it's gonna be a
Yeah.
good
All right.
time
Mm-hmm.
for him
Yeah.
because
Well, let's
the
wrap it up
Giants were
here.
gonna.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh
hold
yeah.
on one thing.
Finish what you're
The
saying.
Giants were gonna. They were gonna. There was a report that one of their head coach or one of their coaches is a female, and they were gonna hire her, but they probably went in a different direction because of something. But we're not gonna get into that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we want to thank you guys
Yes.
for tuning into today's
Thank you.
episode.
Yeah. Thank you
Um,
guys for watching. I
next ep-
would. Yeah. We will be doing the next
next
episode.
time we might be yeah, it
Yeah.
might be some big sports event. It could be football, it could be basketball, it could be hockey, baseball.
We
We
will
don't
be
know.
doing yes, but we will be doing the series here though.
Once
We
the
will
World
still be
Series
streaming.
ends, this is gonna be.
Yes.
Please be
Um.
tuning in. All right,
Yes. Thank you for watching,
end it.
guys. I will like to promote our YouTube channel. It is at the Bro Show 2023. We will be posting all of our podcasts here and on Spotify. So please make sure to subscribe. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I very much appreciate it, guys. And I hope you have a
Yes,
great rest
thank
of your
you.
day. All right, see you guys.
Bye.